This is culturally inappropriate.
Track one, bruh. Track one, I can't listen to no more. I fell asleep Thursday night, having to go to work on Friday morning. I wake up in the middle of the night because I'm over 35. And then I come back to, check my phone, and I was like, oh yeah, the Clipse album. So I'm like, let me just go to sleep. I'll just put it in the Bluetooth real quick. Track one. And I'm listening, and I'm like, all right, wait a minute, this sound like he talking about, oh man, nah. I just texted my mama earlier. Nah, bruh. This ain't. And then the next verse come in, and here come Malice talking about, oh my God, man. And I was like, this is the last time I'll ever hear this. Put this right into the cupboard, lock it away in the key with Dear Mama. I'll never listen to this song another day in my life. Too emotional. Great song, great concept. The bars is dope. The storytelling is incredible. It felt like I was right there with them from the storytelling, which is what a good storyteller does. But man, that was painful, yo. I didn't like it. And the feeling. So I'm not listening to it again. But that's how I feel about the first one, the first track.
First track, I don't have the strongest relationship with my mother. But when I heard the song, the emotion about just losing somebody you love. Like, I've lost a lot of loved ones. So that emotion and that regret, like, Pusha verse is more about the regret of I'm living my life so much, I'm not really catching the signs that I'm about to lose my mother. Like, I'm focused, she's trying to get me prepared for this, but I'm focusing on my mentions and everything else. Like, I'm not focused on being like the son I should have been being to my mother. So it's a guilt and regret with his verse. And then Malice have that same regret with. First off, shout out to Malice for actually making a song about a grown man. Not about being no drug dealer, living no lavish lifestyle. His dad working overtime. He doing what he got to do to make sure the kids straight, making sure they was together. And imagine the pain he felt when he found out I was doing illegal things and, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't following the lead and the leadership that he gave me. Like, those kind of topics and emotions, that's what hip-hop has been missing, bro. It was real, relatable. Like Craig said, great song. I can understand somebody not wanting to really listen to that song depending on your mood because it could evoke that emotion out of you. And to start the album off that way, that was ballsy because a lot of people start the album off with a banger. They started off emotional, and I had to give Pharrell and the Clipse credit for doing that.
Number two, Chains and Whips. Then that's where we go. The Kendrick verse everybody was anticipating. Fire on everybody side. Another thing that people notice if you listening to this, a lot of their flows was the same pattern. And it kind of spoke to how was making the song or using your voice as an instrument or using rap as an instrument or whatever. I don't know if that was a scientific thing that they did together or not, or if that was a conscious thing that they was planning to do. But like the way they was rapping was the same 16, the same rhymes. Same pattern for a lot of the songs. The main part of this, as far as because Clipse killed it, Kendrick's verse on there with the whole gin scheme, that was a dope look. And then the Back to the Cop, the whole look, everything was dope on there. I ain't gonna get into the whole breakdown. We got a lot to get to, but that's how I feel about that one. Come on now.
All right, first off, Jim Jones called work. He called work. Pusha T, he put that boy under the dirt 3 times. He put him under there, dug him back up, dug a deeper hole, threw him in there, put the dirt on him, and then was like, nah, let me pull him back up, throw more dirt. Pusha T, bro, he's so disrespectful. He's so disrespectful when he talking his talk. But I think Malice on this track, what Malice really did was he like, let me reiterate who I am as an artist, because he was coming for throats too, and Malice does it in such a malicious. He do it in such a malicious way, but it's so conscious. Malice verse is great, Pusha verse is great, but Kendrick. Let's get to this Kendrick verse. Now we did the reaction when they was on the rooftop and we heard the. First off, there's nothing like hearing the song when it's in the correct form. When you hear it in that form and you sit there and you really break down all the lyrics and stuff. That might be one of my personal top 5 Kendrick verses for me. Not only was one thing I always say about Kendrick, you've heard me say this, Greg. I always say this about Kendrick. Sometimes I feel like he's doing too much. Nah, not on this one. He rapped. That's all he did. He rapped. He kept it direct. And when he went to the gin scheme,
bro, me with here's the ginger root. That ginger root is the root.
When he went to the gin scheme, it was over, bro. It was over. And like that's how you supposed to be on the feature.
Out of here.
The two artists who had the track, the two artists who owned the track, they did what they were supposed to do. And when I say, yo, Craig, come get on this track, I don't expect Craig to do what I do. To Craig's point, we using a certain pattern. I don't expect Craig to get on my track and do that. If I'm doing a certain thing, when Craig come on there, I'm expecting Craig, bring this home, bro. We gonna put you last, bring it home. Kendrick made sure he understood the assignment. He brought that track home.
POV is another dope one. Tyler surprised me a lot. It was a lot of shots on this project, on this album. And Jim Jones called another one with the 5,500 hosting. Some people say, but whatever. Tyler is the standout on here. That's what's another thing I liked about this is as dope as the Clipse was on here, that the features, I don't know if they just knew that they had to step up because it was the Clipse and it was a thing out of respect, or if they just let them like shine. How do you let them shine? I guess they just knew that they had to step it up. They knew what they had to do.
They probably heard that the songs was probably already done before they got there.
And Tyler,
so you hear that.
Yeah, Tyler definitely was done. Tyler, they said he heard it and said he wanted to get on there. Tyler can rap. It's not like he can't rap, but it was just what he was saying on there, you know. And then my best part is the end bar, the last bar with the solo, you know. The curse of I forget the first part, but you know, when you become the devil or the tap dancer Negro, I came to terms that I'm about to outgrow my heroes. Like, we all can speculate who he talking about on there. You know, he probably came out on stage or he probably brought a person out on one of their festivals and that person didn't get the best reception a while ago.
These niggas, yeah, Drake! Drake!
But, you know, so in, you know, the whole Birkin bag line.
That's my
Hey,
line.
Tyler really shined on there.
POV, look, man, Push verse exhibits why this is probably one of my favorite Push verses on the album. Some people has a voice for it. It's some people that just has a voice for rap, bro. It don't even matter what they saying. It just sounds good. When I think Push sounds the best, when he's very nonchalant, it almost sounds eerie because he don't sound threatening, but he sounds threatening. Like on this verse when he said, I seen a hit through text, we don't do no shouting. Bro, it sounds like he means that, even though it doesn't sound threatening. And like, that's the thing about POV. When you listen to the clips, bro, a lot of times Pusha T does not sound threatening. But when you listen to Malice sounds a little more threatening, which gives you the yin and yang to the group. Pusha might be the hustler, he might be the flamboyant one, but Malice ain't the one you want to mess with. And to Craig's point, first off, Malice had an incredible verse on this song too. All of them did. But let me show some love to Tyler, the Creator. When I first saw the feature of Tyler, the Creator, I'm like, I did her, what was it? Not Money on My Mind. I forgot the joint he did with Push. Oh, I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name
Tyler
of it.
did a song?
Tyler did a song with Push before, and it was fire. He had a fire verse. But I'm not a Tyler fan.
He been here before.
He's been here before. Tyler understood the assignment the same way Kendrick did. Because like I said, Malice's verse was incredible. So they meshed Tyler in the middle, and Tyler did not lose the song. The song lost no steam. He had a fire verse. The way that I'm gonna save all the Pharrell praise for later, but the way the beat starts to change and mash around the flow of this is another incredible song, bro. Yeah. Great song. POV.
Malice with the beat switch on there was fire too.
Too crazy, bro.
That beat switch was definitely
incredible.
Definitely it. We'll get to the other
so
beat switch
be it. Let's get
I ain't really got a lot to say about that. We already heard it. It's fire.
Oh, this is a different version. Craig, this ain't the same version.
That's not the same version?
No. You don't know that's a different beat? That's a completely different beat, bro.
People were saying that. I swear it sounds the same.
Absolutely not, bro. Trouble on My Mind. C-Dub, thanks. Appreciate it. So that's the Tyler and Pusha T song. Trouble
okay.
No, bro, that's a completely different beat, bro. That's a completely different beat.
Well, I like both of them, I guess, then. I didn't even really notice it was a different beat. I thought it was the same one. And I heard people saying that, and I'm like, what was the first one? Yeah, but I like this one.
You know why you didn't notice? Because I'll get to as a compliment of the album, it sounds like you're listening to an album.
Yeah.
So when it comes in, track to track, it just comes in the way it's paused. It comes in the way it's supposed to, and you just keep going with the album. You don't think to skip it, or it just keep coming with the album. You don't even think it's a different beat. It's the same way Mobb Deep Shook Ones was actually a part 2. The main version that everybody knows is part 2. That is not the original version.
I do notice that it says that. Back when I was young in hip hop, I was like searching, especially when like Kaza and Napster was out, searching for part 1. Gotta be. Why would they have a part 2 and it's not a part 1? What's their first album? It got to be on their first album.
It's another part 1 that a lot of people don't know about. To me, that's just as good as the part 2. Dead President, Jay-Z, Dead President. It's a part 1 of that. People don't know about the part 1. Part 1 is
it on Reasonable Doubt?
No, part 2 is the only one that's like got released. It's another part 1 though. But yeah, man. So be it. Only reason I ain't gonna get too much into this one is because we did a review on it already. Yeah. We loved it then, so it doesn't change. It doesn't change. So be it. It's crazy. I said then. Only reason I think I gave it an A. I think I gave it an A instead of an A+ because I'm like, it might be other things better on this project. When you get a project full of A's, so be it. It's crazy, bro. So part 2 is crazy, just as crazy as part 1. That's all I'm gonna say. So be it. I love So Be It. All right, let's get to Ace Trumpets, bro.
I heard that one. I heard So Be It and Ace Trumpets like early in first. So that's the ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho. You had to see it. Yeah. Strippers shaking hands on top of yellow diamonds look like TV. Yeah. I rocks with that one. I rocks with that.
And this what I say about that real quick.
I'm gonna skip singles album listener. If I when first listen, I'm gonna let it play through. After that, I go POV to number 6. I'm gonna be honest with you, cause I heard them 2 already.
See me. I'm listening to I'm an old school. When you give me an album, old school, bro. I listen to everything. That's how I decide if it skips or not. I listen to everything. How your project make me feel, the production, the feeling of it. I'm listening to everything, bro. Because sometimes when you listen to one, like when I listen to Ace Trumpets as a one-off, I was like, that's cool. I didn't think like, that's crazy.
Yeah, they sound better in succession, but
when I'm listening to the album, Ace Trumpets is crazy to me.
Yeah, I want to get to the new stuff.
It sound. See, the thing is, what I'm saying is, when I listen to the album, let me get mine off, Craig. When I listen to the album, it makes it sound fresh to me again. When the album is placed, it's arranged the correct way. Even the old songs you heard, it can sound fresh depending on how you arrange the songs. Ace Trumpet sounded fresh. The reason why you didn't even realize So Be It was different because it sounded fresh, but it just kept going in your ear. You didn't think to change it. Ace Trumpets had the same feeling. Yeah, I heard the song before, but it sounded so much better within the track listing. I love Ace Trumpets too. All things considered, Craig.
Oh yeah. All things considered. Let's get specific. My mama cheek, I miss it. I wanna kiss it. Oh, Jesus Christ, I love that song. That's dope too. Back to Pharrell production. I like how just it's not sounds like not sounds like that, but just sounds like how you get a Chains and Whips. How you go from a Birds Don't Sing, Chains and Whips, POV. These all sound the same but different. Different feelings, different like emotions or whatever. You could tell it's Pharrell, but it's not like, oh, this another 808 heavy track, or this another slow track, or another weird sound included track. Like I don't know how to describe it, and I guess that's a good thing with the music and how creative he is. But All Things Considered kind of reminded me of that, because to go from Ace Trumpets to that, the whole song format and everything and the flows, I rocks with All Things Considered. I like that. It's not an album shift track, but it's like, all right, we on this different level now, this different plane.
I think that's exactly what it was for me. It was definitely an album shift. At this point, what I realized, because I like the song, I love the song too. Mm-hmm. What I realized is this is a special album. This was the part of the album where I felt like this special. I don't dislike anything I've heard yet. Everything I've heard sounds great. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, All Things Considered, and getting into the topics they was, even Push started off, I miss my mama cheeks, I want to kiss it. Like where they started off, the subject matters they going, the in-depth to the feelings and stuff, even the cadences they use, even on the joint like that. I'm like, this album special. I knew at this track, it's still more on this album, but I knew at this track, this is a special album.
That was one of my favorite lines of the album too, because this is just such a line that like people do and take for granted. Like I literally just kissed my mama cheek. I seen my mom at my brother's house that day, and then I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna never. Every time I do that, I'm thinking about that line now. Mike Tyson, blow to the face. Come on now. Come on now. This the party track right here. This the party track. On POV, if you listen to some of the interviews, watched any of them at least, on POV he mentioned how he was kind of channeling Guru. He wanted to channel Guru's flow from Gangstar. And it kind of sound like that. On number 7, this is kind of dare I say Biggie? Now I don't want to say flow wise, but like beat wise, like just like a party track, like a upbeat, like something when it come on, like you just like everybody that's their age gonna be in the crowd, doing that move. Like it's just one of those upbeat type tracks that I kind of rock with, and then like even the flow a little bit, I think it's ring name like mobile phones when no one's home, yeah. Also, did he say mobile phones when no one's home? I just got it's a mobile phone that'll be on you, but whatever.
The one thing I say about this, my favorite part of it, is it started off with the acapella. Yeah. Now, that's the most classic hip-hop thing I've heard in a long time.
Oh,
if you can start off with 8 bars fully acapella and a person can keep your attention before you bring the beat back in and you don't lose a step, I must give credit to the lyricist and the producer to even do that. That's the first thing I noticed on that track. Because back in the day, that was a thing that happened a lot. You pull the beat out, you got to rap and hold the attention. You don't hear that much. Everybody kind of use the instruments and the different, all the different things you can do to like with the vocals now. You know what I'm saying? The reverbs, the echoes, the delays, everything. Nah, we take the beat out. Your voice is the instrument for 8 bars. And they hold your attention and they keep it together until the beat come back in. That's my favorite part of this song, bro. I love this song too.
And then the metaphor to be in the hook too. Mike Tyson, blow to the face. She want. I like that. Like Pharrell got to rap on one of your tracks to make it real. So I appreciated like Pharrell bars on here, how he opened up the track and everything. I like this one too. This is this is fire. I like this one, especially back to what you were saying earlier, album song placement, like the structure of how you listen to it. Soon as that song cut off, it come right into this quick 2 minutes, Pharrell rapping on there, give you that upbeat feeling, and then we right back grimy,
And that's what I like about Ab-Liva. Ab-Liva is, I used to call these the interlude tracks. Back in a lot of this is classic hip hop. Why I love this album so much. You had the interlude tracks. It'd be a quick little minute, 30-minute little verse, real quick, something like that. Something to kind of break it up, and then you get to the next joint that might change the tone of the album again. And that's exactly what this was. It was dope. It was up tempo, like you said. Pharrell did his thing. Everything of it was natural hip. It's all classical hip hop, bro. But it's like updated. It's an updated version. Sonically, it sounded good. I like it. And then it get to FICO. Now I'm gonna start this one off. Let me start this off. First off, let me shout out my boy Stove Guy. Now I don't know if you remember when we was doing the which is coming back. Grading Scales is definitely coming back. When we was doing the Grading Scales, I told you like one day I'm gonna bring in my boy Stove Guy. But the thing is, you gotta have a trap rapper because his bars only gonna hit if you also using a trap rapper. He made one of the better albums I thought a couple years ago called Reasonable Drought. That was one of the better albums that year. Street albums, I don't think it was a street album better than Reasonable Drought that year. Shout out to the Clipse for putting Stove God on here. Think about this. Think about so far we talking about as far as features. We talking about Kendrick. We talking about Tyler, the Creator, up to this point of the album. We can say whoever's on here. We talking about Nas, The Dream, and Stove God. So shout out to the Clipse for actually giving Stove God some shine because Stove God makes great projects.
Ab-Liva.
Sorry, because I'm going to get to that too. And John Legend. But I want to definitely get to the Ab-Liva love later, too. But Stove God gave them a fire hook. It set the tone for the song. And the song is fire, bro. And I want to say this about FICO. As a rapper, Craig going to probably appreciate the same thing that I'm finna say.
That Stove God, you ain't seen what I see.
Not even them. I'm talking about the verses. Let's get into this. What makes this song, to me, one of the top tier songs on the album.
With one eye closed.
Nah, Craig. Corey, you gonna appreciate this too. They were rhyming complete 2 bars. They were rhyming the 2 bars. They wasn't rhyming, you rhyme 1, 2, 3, 4. They were rhyming, they was going through 2 bars, and then 3 and 4 was rhyming with the first 2 bars. Both of them. Listen to that. Incredible, bro. That's maybe it's my rapper in me that
When you ringing up with us, then your credit score better be FICO. I'm talking 850 or
and
plus.
up. But listen to how they get into every bar. They're rhyming with the previous two, bro. When I was hearing that, and then you get the hook and the production.
Hands
I'm
on
like,
the
this
wheel,
is
3 to
FICO
9
is one
when
of
I'm
the best
willing
tracks
the
on the
state
album.
line. Dumb diddy, dumb diddy, dumb.
Bro, we if we
Survival
did bar
of the
breakdowns,
fittest.
bro, we'd be on some of these songs for like 40 minutes on the bar breakdown, bro.
That is one of my favorite beats on the album. Doom, doom, da, doom, doom. That's crazy, yo. Yeah, and then the flow and everything, and the hook, perfect song right there, man. FICO, one of my favorite songs on there. One of my favorite songs
Glorious
on there.
Bastards, Craig. Let's get to it. Give my boy Ab-Liva some love.
I rocks with that heavy on there. Is we trafficking or tricking? Somebody got to show me the difference. They got to, cause it's when they do it. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when we do it. You know, But anyways, yeah, I like that song. That was fire. This also reminded me of some old school Wu-Tang. Easy went out the gate. When you hear that, when you hear the horns, when you hear the anthem kind of sound. It just it gave me that classic. It's wild how you know how Game rap and he mimics people's style. It's still Game. You could tell he wrote it, but you could like, oh, you using that person's style. And when at least back then, now people use it as a slight towards him. But back then, when I was a Game fan, I was like, oh, this is dope. He can kind of chameleon mimic style. That's
That's tough. That's
that's kind of dope to do. That's a talent to be able to do. And it seems like that a little bit with Pharrell on here because from the song that reminded me, I ain't gonna say put it on nobody else. That's like, oh, okay, this is kind of what Biggie will rap to a little bit. That sound. I kind of got the idea, started listening that way when Pusha mentioned the Guru thing, and then on here I hear Wu-Tang, like some. I don't want to say what they'll do now, but you know what I mean. It gives me that that hint, that remnant. Oh, this was his inspiration for this type. So that's what Inglorious Bastards does for me when I hear it. But I do rock with that.
Inglorious Bastards to me, once again, the classic hip hop track you need, which is the posse cut. There's no hook, beat, 3 people, 16s. We out of here.
Your day one.
I love the fact that you have the posse cut, but then let's show Ab-Liva some love. Ab-Liva is one of the most slept on artists from Philly ever. When people be talking about who the best artist from Philly, Ab-Liva be getting disrespected, bro. When Gilly and them was doing their thing and stuff, he was with major figures. He's been doing this for a long time. He's been killing other features, albums. Ab-Liva's big. Yes, Gilly and them was with Ab-Liva was like one of the leaders of the crew.
Low-key, every time I seen him like I thought he was with the Clipse and stuff because he always work with them though a lot.
Yeah, he been with them too. But Ab-Liva was with major figures first.
I just want to make sure I wasn't
people
tripping.
People don't be understanding. Ab-Liva been doing this a long time, and he been giving classic verse back to the We Got It for Cheap days with the Clipse. They did the projects when they was doing their mixtapes and they was going through the label things. Ab-Liva was all over those. And then shout out to Quis again.
That's what I was like.
Shout out to Clipse for being able to put in the people that they, you could tell they respect musically. They wasn't worrying about who was hot in the industry. They were worrying about people that they respect musically. Ab-Liva been around. They made sure he was on this project. Which at this point, I'm sure they knew we got a classic on our hands, and they made sure their brother was on there. So shout out to them, and I love Ab-Liva verse on there too. I love that track too. So yeah, number 11, So Far Ahead.
So Far Ahead is dope. Churchy feel on here. People ain't gonna like it. People might not like it. People might agree. Whatever. This is what my ears told me. Kanye. I was like, if Kanye wasn't on the BS that he is on, he would have been perfect for this. This is his sound. This is what he do. But I love the way that they flowed on there and how they flipped with their verses outside of the hook and how it sounds when the song start playing. I loved how they came in with their verses and they rapped on there. So Far Ahead is another, like, it's a A+ album to me. If y'all can't tell, it's no skips. It's not a song that I don't like. So yeah, So Far Ahead was dope to me because of that, I'll say.
This is one of the songs is definitely in the top of potentially my favorite song on the album. It's a couple of them. I don't even have a favorite song yet. That's how great the album is. Mm-hmm. So Far Ahead, it has the soulful, it's like the ghetto gospel when Pharrell is doing the hook. It's like a ghetto gospel. It feels very it just you feel something. And then it changed to this dark, grimy, like it turns to something different. And then the Clipse come with their bars, then it gets back once again to like the soul. I feel like this is one of the more genius songs on the project. I love So Far Ahead. I love the hook
from niggas from behind. I still don't really get it, but
see, I get it.
So far,
he said by time you get it, by the time you get on it, I'm already done with it.
From behind,
because what he's saying is, y'all don't understand what we're doing. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Because when I go back and listen to Lord Willing now, it sounds different because I'm grown. I understand a lot of the things they're discussing. I didn't understand it as much when I was 17 running around doing what I was doing. So, like, what they saying is we are far ahead. This is going to last throughout time. When y'all look back on this album 10 years from now, this still going to be dope to you because when people change their music and the music change, this still going to be relevant. That's what I'm saying. This album is very much so ahead of his time. And I feel like this song kind of indicates that Pharrell giving you those, you know what I'm saying, those lyrics. But when the beat switches to the I want to get to the Pharrell love later. But I love this song. It's one of my favorite songs, bro. I can't say nothing bad. They call me the hater. I can't hate on nothing. Let God sort them out. Chandeliers. Look at what we talking about. The next song, Craig. Let God sort them out. Chandeliers with Nas.
These next two is this. I don't even know. This how you know an album is dope because these next two is two songs that when they playing, I'm like anxious that they finna be over because then I get to listen to the album again. So I kind of like listen to these without the intent that I should be listening to 12 and 13 with. I'll say that. I do rock with both of these. With the Chandeliers one, with Nas. Look, man, Nas is always welcomed. We always want to hear Nas. But was it like, it seemed blasphemous to say, but was it needed?
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Did we need to hear Nas on there? I don't know, man. It just kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting like the beat to change. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too picky or something. Maybe it's me. It could be me. But that's how I felt about Chandeliers when I first heard it and kind of when I hear it. But
interesting.
Shout out to him. Like I said, it's not bad. I like it, but it was like
Okay, to your point, was it needed? No. The song was the Clipse didn't need a feature on this album. Let's first off.
No, that one specific.
I'm gonna get to that, Craig. I don't think they needed a feature on this album in general. They could have took care of this. Between them and Pharrell, this would have been a classic with no features. I think every feature added something to the project. What I will say about Nas, did they need him? No. But did it add something to the song? Absolutely. And that's what the feature's supposed to do. It's supposed to add a different element to the song. The beat change. He asked to me, all right, so this is me. To me, this is a celebration of like hip hop and art in our era. To show that there's no age range that say you can't make a good album. Nas what, 50? Nas about 50, right?
Yeah.
Malice about 50, Pusha like 43, 44.
Malice is 52, Pusha is 48.
Oh, listen, 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds. Nas' whole verse is about, at this age, I'm still creating great work. I'm still giving great. Who's to say I can't rap at this age when I'm giving you great projects? Yeah. They're giving you a great project, and you put the other artists who just been nominated for the projects he's putting out. It fits. At 50 years old, we giving you one of the greatest hip hop projects ever, and we put Nas in there who's just been nominated. It fits.
Also, too, they do both got beef with Jim, so let's get Nas on here. You know,
I would add one thing. I think it's a head nod to somebody from their generation that is still putting out music at a high level, along with them, because there's not that many from that generation that are still doing music at a high level
and don't have to. Nas don't have to.
No, he don't have to at all.
He does it because it's in him, and the music is excellent.
So I thought it was, if anything, like a respect thing. Like we see you, we salute you. We gonna find you a spot on here because we see that you doing it like we doing it with this album currently.
I agree.
And you got to give him the same respect too, because when we do the next project and Jay-Z get a 4-minute extra verse with just his own Pharrell beat out of nowhere, you can't say that we didn't give you the same courtesy. You just chose to do a verse. You could have done 4 minutes too, Nas. So, because it's gonna be another Clipse album, and if you don't think that Jay-Z heard this and don't want parts.
After this project, bro, I guarantee
And if y'all
right
know,
now, Jay, and you know they with Rock Nation. I guarantee when they turned this project in, Jay got inspired.
Yeah.
Jay probably wanted to jump on this project, but they just left it where it was.
and you know what
He
they say
probably already
about
took beats.
you know,
He probably already took some beats.
I bet you Jay wrote some. I bet Jay got a 16 in one of these beats, bro.
and you know what they say about Jay and Nas. If Nas if Nas do it, then Jay he got to step it up. Nas putting out a project, Jay dropping a song or a feature or a verse or something. Look it up. Every time Nas drop, Jay drop.
This gonna inspire Jay, bro. I thought this gonna inspire everybody from our era, bro. Like I really want to make an album now, and I ain't really like seriously like willing to really sit down and craft an album. But I'm not a rapper no more, bro. Like I became a dad, and I make music. I'll make music, bro, just out of like curiosity sometimes. Like I want to hear how it sound. But like to like seriously sit down and really make music. This the first album that made me want to like really like, damn, I should sit down and really try to make music. Even when I be rapping on the channel, when y'all ask me, oh, we do a verse or something. But I be writing them verses in like 45 minutes to an hour, like tops. It's like, I don't really be rapping. But like this project made me really want to like, damn, I should really sit down and try to craft a project. And that's a testament to the album. Last song on the album, By the Grace of God. I'll jump this one off first. This is like the perfect way to end the album, because it's talking about everything in the album essentially, but it's like by the grace of God, I found some way to escape everything that y'all just heard. And like once again, Malice, I feel like Malice was dancing on his entire album, but Malice shows you the importance of him as an artist, period, and as a part of the Clipse. Pusha, as much as I love Pusha, as much as I love Malice, I realize they need each other. They're one of the greater like duels in the history of hip hop because they need each other. Because what Malice provides, Pusha will never provide. What Push provides, Malice will never provide. But when you put that together, it's like you can't get that anywhere else, bro. You get the arrogance, you get the kingpin, you get the extravagant, you get all of that from Push. You get the like Push. Push was throwing bars that would fit for me, and I don't care. I'm still gonna listen to it. Like, damn, bro, I wish I could get 5,500 to host. Like, goddamn, Push. But like, Push, that's what he does. And Malice gives you a much more censored, grounded thought process of everything. Like, even if I'm doing wrong, I understand that it's wrong. That's not who I am, but I'll do it. Like, he gives you way more, and you need that mix. And by the grace of God, it exhibits that all over the track, where it just shows you that natural yin and yang, that contrast of good and bad, arrogant and conscious, it all meshes on that song. And like the perfect way to end the album, like the perfect way to start the album was the emotional joint with their mother. The perfect way to end it was talking about the thanks and the appreciation of making it through everything they made it through, and still by the grace of God, they being here to make music at 50 years old, telling their story. Perfect way to end the album to me, bro.
Yeah, you killed that. That's a sentiment that I will share from now on. I'm gonna just take from you. That is a great way to end the album. That all makes a lot of sense. It was around this time on the album for me that I was listening and just doing like other research on Google and looking up like Clipse stuff, that I realized that these was not even twins. I was like, what? All these years I thought they was the same person, and I just realized by this song, doing Googles, they got different birth. I ain't never been twins with different birth years. That's crazy.
They 5 years apart.
They look so much alike, yo. All this time since grinding,
Yeah, they daddy wasn't
I
smutting it.
thought they
He had the same baby mama.
I thought they was like twin brothers, yo. I didn't know Malice was older. So yeah, so this song was dope to me. From like I was listening to it, but like I say, I'm listening to 12 and 13, and I'm like I can't wait to go back and listen to 2 to 30. It's a 12-track album for me now, which is dope because I don't really like the number 13, so that's great for me. But I listened to it from 2 12 now, 2 to 13 now. That's mine.
Let me give Pharrell love for this project. Pharrell put his name in the hat as one of the greatest producers ever. I said this earlier about the different things he's curated, but in
Wasn't
this,
he already?
I don't think so, bro. And call me a hater. I don't think Pharrell was one of the top producers ever.
I'm a hater.
Call me a hater.
Look, his face was like.
I'm not gonna hold you. Prior to this album, like I know he did good work. He made songs I like, all that. The way he curated this project and me knowing that he produced everything on here, so he curated this. This wasn't like they had beats and just made raps. He curated the entire project. He made consistently. He made different beats around the features. He did different things and pull instruments out in, know when to make them go a cappella, know when to add a soulful hook with a completely different grind. Like, bro, Pharrell, this was one of the greatest productions of an album I've ever heard. This is why I say I put this like in the last. I haven't heard anything this good because these beats, this sound would not work for anybody but the Clipse. And that's what a producer's supposed to do for an artist. He's supposed to curate a sound for you that works for you. It might not work for anybody else, but for you, it's perfect. And that's what Pharrell did. So I want to make sure Pharrell gets all the love he in the world, because it's not in the Neptunes. This ain't Neptunes. This ain't him and Chaz. This is Pharrell. Pharrell crafted one of the best hip-hop albums ever. Shout out to
think
Pharrell.
that's what the problem was with you on that, is that you was looking at it like it was Neptunes and not Pharrell. I always looked at, maybe because Pharrell was the one out there, I always looked at Pharrell like he was Neptunes. I've always heard, Chad, he get his praise. He the one. Everybody like, he don't say nothing, but he the one. You got to be in that studio. He the one. Look, you don't know what Pharrell without you. You don't know. I always looked at it like Pharrell was the guy, even if they just as creative. So I always looked at it like Pharrell did just that. He gonna go in there with Nori and give something that only Nori can do. He gonna go in here with Snoop and give Snoop Beautiful. He gonna go in here, with this whoever else and only like cook up with them. None of these was on a beat pack. This not 13 tracks that they chose out of a 50 pack drive that Pharrell gave him. He was in there cooking these up with them. And I believe he works like that with everybody he worked with. You don't get he didn't get paid for it, which is why the whole Drake beef and why you never get no collabs with Pharrell and Drake or nothing anyways. But he went in there with Birdman and made a What Happened to That Boy because of Birdman sound and Down South and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Pharrell been that guy, bro. He been doing that. We might just not know all the hits that he gave.
To your point, you cook. That's why I said you cook. You cook. You don't be trying to overcook me.
No, I'm just saying.
Don't be trying to overcook me, bro.
It's burnt.
You burn this. You burn. I cooked it. Here you gonna cook it.
Nah,
relax, bro. Relax.
We chefing two different dishes.
But no, like to your point though, I agree. He has always curated those. They like one-offs though. I'm talking about a complete.
That's all they can afford.
But I'm saying, when you're talking about to me, to put you in that Dr. Dre era, to put you in the Primos, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we're talking about Kanye's, RZA's, you got to cure, like, Wu-Tang
Pharrell is one of
like
all of their favorite producers.
Just
Pharrell
Blaze
is on all of these
Kanye.
guys' lists.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, this is the album where nobody can debate. Pharrell can curate an entire project and make a classic front to back with no help. Nobody needs to come. You can get Pharrell and you're going to get a classic project. And I'm going to give the flowers to Pharrell for me because I didn't know Pharrell had that in him.
I didn't either.
This project is such a perfection, like a masterpiece. I have to give the flowers to Pharrell because you're right. He has produced all these different songs for all these different artists. Justin, Snoop, Clipse, Quis, whoever you want to name. He pops in, he gives you a hit.
But it's normally been a one-off.
It's a one-off.
It hasn't been the full
classic project.
And I think that's where they gave the Ye's, the Dre's,
exactly.
The Premiers, all those guys, because you could. There's albums you can point to. It's like if it ain't all you, it's like 80%.
You can point to Illmatic for Primo. You can point to these different projects. You can point to NWA for Dre. You can point to Doggy Style. You can point to projects.
I see what you can point to artists that they've made and the heights that those artists have reached. And while Clipse is an artist that Pharrell made, you can say, sound wise, they haven't reached those peaks to the likes of the people that y'all bringing up.
And that's why.
So I'll give y'all that.
Yeah.
This is culturally inappropriate.